Hey everyone, this is Melody. If you guys don't know, I am super buckled. Buckled, is that the word? No. Super, what's the word? Super, what is it? Not buckled. It's when you're super wrapped up with scarves and hats. Because our family moved back to our hometown, Chicago, Illinois. So we're dealing with that foolishness right there. So pray for me. But anyway, a lot going on. I'm growing out my eyebrows, so don't judge me. I always start with I just want. I mean, because I do. But anyway, this is a place, Momentum. Okay, this is perfect. Momentum is something I kind of wanted to start for moms because I'm a mother, but it's for all people. But it's been focused for moms that feel like their purpose is done, their whole focus needs to be on their kids, you know, to keep them alive and stuff. No, that is important, but sometimes we lose ourselves in the process of raising our children. Sometimes we lose our drive to pursue what God has for us, you know, our destiny, the things that we still want to achieve, the goals that we want to achieve. And I was listening to a message from this pastor. His name is Guillermo Maldonado, and he's a pastor coming out of his church is bilingual, but he was talking about momentum. And I know, like, God didn't just give me that word. Obviously, I thought about the video, like doing YouTube stuff, but I think about it as momentum, but I still call it momentum. But the emphasis on moms to keep it moving, to keep moving forward. But he was preaching about just the word momentum and that we need to stay moving. And when you have something in movement, you got to keep it going until you finish what you started. So what else was he saying? He was talking about momentum. He was talking about in everything in life, you have to start it, and you have to, like, you got to know that when you start something new, there's always going to be a time of contention. Contention meaning restriction, confinement, friction. If you're starting a new company, if you're moving to a new place, if you are if your kids are starting a new school, any new change, there's friction, there's contention, there's constriction, there's just turmoil. And a lot of times we kind of fear away, and we remove ourselves from feeling those things, and we want to just feel comfortable. We want to feel, you know, at ease all the time. But if we really want God, if we really want to step out in something new this year, this is 2019. I know everybody's like, new you, new me, new year, new me, all that. I mean, it's not foolishness, but I mean, people get in this gimmicky mode during the new year. But if you really want to start something and really complete it, you got to keep the momentum going with your life. So if you want to write a book, you got to keep writing. Even with me, with this video and this YouTube, I mean, I was going through a lot, like packing and, you know, getting the kids into their school, in the new school here. And I mean, there's so much to talk about. But I mean, I stopped, and I hated it because I don't like stopping something and not finishing it. So even for myself, I was feeling challenged and even convicted to continue to do the things. And there's so much more that I know I got to do this year. But that's why I video myself too, because that's going to keep me accountable when I say things to you guys. That's keeping me accountable to fulfill what I feel that I'm called to do on this earth, you know. So I just encourage you, a mother, a woman, a man, whoever's watching me, if you want to start something, if you want something to finish, a lot of what I've been hearing lately is stick with it, stick with it, stick with it, continue. Even if it doesn't work, try a different way. Stick with it. If you believe that that's something in your heart and you don't have peace until you complete this thing, stick with it and have momentum. Even if it's inch by inch, even if it's dragging yourself, going to the gym. You know, for me, I haven't even talked to you guys about like Now that I'm noticing, I've been a little shisty with my information. That's kind of like a Chicago term for just being a little, not sneaky, but secretive. Okay, now it's getting really hot, this heater. Let me turn this off. Okay, so I forced myself in a healthy way to lose weight. I was really overweight. I don't even want to tell you how much I weighed, but it was close to 200 pounds. Not there, but very close. And I was like, this is not going to happen. I'm not living this life. My knees were starting to hurt, a lot of stuff. So for me, I literally took, someone helped me, and I asked for help. First of all, thing is, you got to notice that you have a problem. And then you got to ask for help, because you are not going to do anything in this life by yourself. You have a spouse for a reason. If you don't have a spouse, then find a best friend. Find a mother, find a sister, find a father. Whoever you feel that can be accountable to you, find that person and be like, I need help in this. I am struggling in this. If you have an alcoholism problem, if you have any type of addiction, even if it's food, you know. I remember a long time ago, my mom, God was dealing with her about, you know, a lot of things, and she was praying against. There's alcoholism. I know that because my mom shared it with me at a young age. We have a strong we have a strong spirit curse of alcoholism in my family. So you have to be aware that you have to really respect alcohol and be very careful how you consume it, if you're going to consume it, where you're going to consume it, what you're going to do. So I was very like to, you know, ever try it, because I had in the back of my head, that's a weakness in my family, and I can't fall in that. And I don't want that to trickle down to my kids. So one thing God was dealing with my mom about was, you don't have an alcoholism problem, but, you know, the attack of the enemy was addiction to food. So you might not be struggling with one area in your life, but Satan might be able to twist it and give you an addiction to anything, even if it's being on social media too long. You know, I'm fasting this week just on social media, and just like, and I know that sounds really, this is social media, but this is something for you guys. I'm not looking at other people's stuff. I'm not, you know, wasting time. This is beneficial for you and for me, because this is keeping me accountable. It's different. But like Instagram, Facebook, any of that stuff, I'm like fasting from it. I'm not eating red meat. There's certain things I'm fasting from this week. Sweets, like, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, so my mom basically told me, she's like, Satan didn't get me with alcoholism, but he was killing me with food addiction. And I realized that that's a problem. So she opened my eyes to that too. So when I was gaining this weight, I was like, I can't do this. So I asked for help. The whole point is I asked for help. And someone was like, a nutritionist that worked with my mom, because my mom has lost a lot of weight too, like for years. He was like, this is a plan. Let's see, you know, let's see if it works for your body. I could still nurse, because I was nursing at the time. Now my son's a year and a couple weeks, so I'm not nursing as much anymore. But I was still nursing at the time that I did it. I lost, no lie, probably like 25 pounds just on eating and being consistent. Even if it was hard a day or whatever, and maybe I didn't lose, you know, the full amount of pounds or whatever, I was still losing because I was consistent. I had momentum, and the momentum, even your body, when it sees the momentum of your diet, sometimes it'll still keep burning fat because your body's already getting used to the foods that you're eating, especially if you have a nutritional plan. So just want to encourage you, whatever you're trying to break in your life, you're going to have to break it in a consistent manner. Don't break it one day and then go back. And then even, you know what messed me up? Because I was losing a lot of weight, and then I got stuck. What messed me up was I had a conversation with some friends at church, and they were like, wow, you're losing so much weight so fast. Don't you need a cheat day? Don't you need a cheat meal? And I was like, no, I'm good. I want to keep going. And I said it, but in the back of my head, it was like a seed. And I was like, you know what? It's true. I should, you know, take off weekends. And honestly, my momentum for my losing weight just like slowed down. So I'm still losing, but not in the way that I was losing. And I know your body gets used to it, but still, like, I had that momentum, and I should have kept it, because keeping that momentum up, sticking with it, and being consistent with it is going to give you the results that you need spiritually, physically, emotionally, you know, Even like, there's people, and we talk about this, there's different things. I mean, this is a long post, but we could talk about fasting. We could talk about ways to fast. Like, whatever you're trying to cut out of your life, like, you got to be consistent with. Even like fasting from the wrong people for a while. If there's people in your life that are toxic, just see how you feel. And if you're like, I don't think they're toxic, cut them off for 2 weeks. See how your body feels. See how your mind, your soul, your spirit feels when you're not around them. Another thing that I heard that somebody was starting to do is they're fasting from, God told them to fast from talking for 3 days. 3 days. The person didn't talk. The person, responded to, they're going to eat or whatever. But God was dealing with them emotionally because that person had a tendency to talk over people, never could listen to people, wasn't a good listener, and that taught him to be a listener. So just don't only think that things that you want to change, like, it's just, like, it's just going to happen. You have to put forth effort. You're going to have to make a plan out. You're going to have to set a schedule out, write it out, post it up. Plan with your food. Plan with your food. Don't bring garbage into your house that you know is going to be a temptation. You just, set yourself up for winning, not for failure. So I encourage you today to find one thing. Don't start with 5, 10, 12, 20. Find one thing that is your Achilles heel right now, your weakness, and that you want to conquer this year. Do it. You know what? Write 5. Post them somewhere, but start with 1. Highlight that 1, and when you get that down, cross it out. And you know what? If it's losing weight, don't do it like lose 150 pounds. I'm going to lose 150 pounds. No, do it. I want to lose 10 pounds in the next whatever. And then do the next 10 pounds. And then do the next. Like, start with small goals so you don't lose faith and lose hope and excitement and even momentum and drive because you're setting too high a bar for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if this helps you, let me know. I just really want to encourage you to be the best you this year. Stay away from toxic people. Stay away from toxic foods. Stay away from a toxic life and serve God. Pray. Find a better you this year. Be around better people. People that are going to make you better. You need people that are going to pull you up, and you have to find people that you can pull up as well. So it's kind of like that strong balance of having both in your life. Be blessed, be encouraged, and be loved. Because I love you. Keep moving forward. Have that momentum, baby.